Okay. So here's the stretch bench. This right here is the part that goes around your upper body.
This is the part that goes around your lower body.
Oh, I'm sorry,
So
around your waist,
around your
right?
waist.
I'm just looking at you right now.
And
Okay.
so this part is the part that moves.
Okay.
This part goes under your arms. So when you've got this, it goes in your armpits and it localizes the pressure between the thoracic and the lumbar spine. And so you don't have any above it in your neck and your cervical spine.
Okay.
And you don't have any below it on your hips or your knees because pressure on them, that negative pressure, we're not designed for it and it's really hard on your joints.
So what is that attached to right there?
This is pretty complicated. It's just tied back here and it's tied to the sawhorse. But
it's tied to the sawhorse, okay.
What you can do, and we've done it before, actually this piece of plywood, it used to, we've used it without actually using the stretch bench. We used it with bungee cords before.
Okay, so it's just a piece of plywood.
Yeah.
Alright.
On the bottom side of it, there's a piece of Velcro. So this piece of Velcro is what went under your arms before.
Right.
And then there was a chain looped on the other end.
Okay.
And all that chain was.
Whoa. Do you want me to film that?
What's that?
Do you want me to film that? Down there?
So the chain on the other end, that's what we use to hook the bungee cords in. So you just hook them onto your belt.
Yep.
And we knew based on how much we were stretching them, say you stretch them a foot.
Okay.
If you stretch them a foot, they apply, say it's 7 pounds. So if you want this many, if you wanted 70 pounds, you're going to need 10. So that's all there was to it.
Okay.
You need to know how long they're going to be stretched, measure the stretch amount, the actual
There is a
pounds
reason
of negative pressure on them.
There is a reason I'm so close to your face.
And
Instead of you just your face in there.
So by stretching them a predetermined amount, then you know how much pressure it has per bungee cord. I don't like the bungee cords as much because it's not a static pressure, it's a dynamic pressure. So when you have that pull on you, if you ever did have a problem, if you pulled a muscle for whatever reason, I can't see it happening because honestly the ligaments in your backbone, they are kind of like a limiting strap. But basically the pressure wouldn't come off as you got longer.
Okay.
With this one, we've got a game scale on it, and so we can put exactly how much pressure you want.
Okay, and the game scale, okay, so that's that.
We only ever go up to, generally half your body weight is appropriate.
Okay.
I've been up around 240, but I wouldn't recommend it for most people because if you do end up hurting yourself, it's going to be really bad.
Okay, and then show me this bottom bit. What does all that do?
All this one is, if you're going to do it like this, it just redirects where the strain is. So this chain is anchored to the ground and anchored to the plywood, so it can't go anywhere.
Okay.
And then the pulley
this is attached to
the belt. So
the
with
belt
this,
that goes
there's
around
no
your waist.
stretch in anything.
Okay.
The
Yep.
springs in here, you've got maybe 1/8 of an inch of actual stretch. That if your back for whatever reason got longer,
Okay.
something let go, it would only move that far, and then you'd have zero pressure on you.
And then you have it attached right
Just
to the roof.
A electric switch. Pretty easy.
Okay. What is that on the roof there?
It's just a
What kind of motor?
ATV winch.
Oh, okay.
I think this one worked out to $75. So I mean, you can get them for $50 if you find them on sale at Canadian Tire.
Okay.
I was kind of kicking myself. This one is a little bit bigger than most, but or bigger than the $50 ones, but it doesn't have to be this big also because I'm doubling it up. So I could go straight from this hook to here,
Okay.
But by doubling it like this, it decreases how fast it moves. Because if you're trying to do fine adjustments,
Oh, I see. Okay.
you can add 5 pounds, you can add 2 pounds, you can add whatever you want with this one,
Okay.
because it takes twice as long to get there.
Mm-hmm.
What we were finding before is when you'd bump up the pressure, it would only bump up like 20 pounds. So you had to be just quick hitting the button, and that was the only thing
Okay.
that we were having trouble with. By doubling it up, it just slowed it down a little bit, so now it's more user-friendly.
Right on. So can you lie on there just for a minute?
Sure.
And just show me what it looks like when you're all strapped in?
Mm-hmm.
The pillow there, probably. So your pillow goes up to cover up the rope.
What's up, kitty? You know, cat. I wouldn't recommend going smaller than a piece of 3/4 plywood, just because it might let go, and if you're already in bad shape, it's not going to be comfortable.
Yeah, no doubt. So you just have that right there to push the buttons and...
Yeah, it's just
Make it
remote,
do
so
its-
you can do it yourself.
Okay.
So, strap in your upper body first,
Strap in right there. Okay.
then scooch your way down,
Okay.
so that you don't have to slide too far.
Okay.
If you're wearing a shirt or a sweater or something, you want to make sure that the belt is below it, because if you're just pulling on the sweater, you're not putting the pressure on your back.
Okay.
So, I can go through it right now if you like.
Well, don't really do it, but just
Yeah.
like...
No, I'll do it, because it's also about a couple of things that you can do to improve
Oh, okay.
how well it works.
But are you going to be in there for like 45 minutes or
No.
what? No? Okay.
No, I'd freeze to death right now.
So that's moving you down right now, right?
Yeah, it's just pulling it tight.
It's pulling
so that,
right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pulling it tight on the belt here,
Okay.
and it's pulling it tight, getting rid of any of the slack in the line. So there I've got 80 pounds, 110 pounds on.
Okay.
You can flip that strap out of the way.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So,
Okay, so 110 pounds is what
you'll
you just did.
notice is as the muscles in my back stretch, the pressure goes down.
Okay.
So you gotta
Whoa, dude.
keep bumping it up.
Okay. Now you're at 110.
So when you've got the pressure on, you'll feel it in your back. And for me, I go a little bit higher. I'm only 170 pounds, but as you can see, I'm at 110 pounds of pressure. If you're more athletic, you probably want more pressure. If you're less athletic, you want a lot less. Like, don't exceed 80 kind of thing. When you've got the tension on and you feel it pulling in your back is probably out. So what you should do is take a deep breath and do everything really slowly. If it takes 15 seconds to do anything, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The longer the better. Let your muscles get accustomed to it slowly.
Okay.
Take a deep breath and then a little bit more and then squeeze it. So that's what I'll do now.
Okay.
So you couldn't hear it with that one, but my back did pop just a little bit.
Okay.
So it was a little bit out. And another one to try, and this one really helps to make your muscles relax so you can stretch faster,
Okay.
is push the small of your back, push right here into the bed.
Okay.
Push it down, and there I got another pop. And just hold it. But everything slow, everything really, really slow. I'm actually doing it a little bit too fast because I'm accustomed to it and I know what's going to happen.
Right.
But if you flinch or twist or reef around hard, your back is unloaded. This is something that never occurs in nature. So you're vulnerable right now.
Mm-hmm.
your back muscles, even when you're hanging off something, your back muscles lock right up. They're really, really strong.
Okay.
And they'll protect you to protect your back. They'll pull tight so that your back isn't unloaded.
Okay.
And by doing what they do, they keep you from, becoming a quadriplegic or paraplegic rather. You're going to want to spend at least half an hour. Don't cut it short.
Okay.
Because if you cut it short, I've noticed that the muscles, they haven't fully finished stretching, so you've just basically made them do what you wanted them to, and then they didn't get accustomed to it.
Okay.
Your back hasn't got a chance. There's no decompression therapy going on for the discs. It's just, it's been useless. It was wasted time, and it was probably going to make your back hurt.
Okay.
If you leave it, like I still feel pressure on it, and I'm down to 80 pounds. My back was a little bit off, but that's how much I've stretched.
Okay.
Also because of the two exercises, basically.
Okay.
So
when do you stop applying the negative pressure, Brian?
I would say 45 minutes is a good rule of thumb.
Like increasing the pounds on the weigh scale thing? How? When do you stop doing that? Like, you're probably going to press the button and make it go back up to 100, right?
For right now,
for yourself?
I'm not, because I'm going to be cutting it short.
Well,
the exact
right.
thing that I said not to.
But typically...
But try to keep it at... Excuse me, your clothes are sharp. Try and keep it at a uniform pressure. So if you have to bump it up once every 2 minutes, that's fine. If you got to bump it up once every 20 seconds, if your muscles are holding really, really tight, then...
So basically, how do you know when you're at the point by the pounds? How do you know when you're actually stretching your back and like the vertebrae are actually doing what they're supposed to do?
You'll stop decreasing in the amount of pressure.
Okay.
You'll stop getting longer is basically what it boils down to.
Okay.
So,
and the numbers on the scale will stop going down, right? They will just stay there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
because that's what people need to know.
When that happens, you still want another... It should only take about 15 minutes for that to happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you kind of want another half hour of stretching after the muscles aren't the ones that are under the tension.
Okay.
That means that your back is actually under tension, your spinal column is under tension.
Okay.
And basically what's stopping it is the ligaments.
So you would suggest possibly making it a quicker process, relax the muscles first?
If you can get a massage, well, we've done that before, where you get a massage and people are fixed in one treatment.
Right.
And it's so incredibly effective that I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it work several times. So...
Anything else you need to say about your awesome stretch bench?
I can't tell you what to do because I don't have a medical license. I can only say what we've done and what has worked for
a lot of people.
Our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what else. Try doing the squeezing your breath at least twice. Probably once after your muscles stop stretching, and then try pushing your back into the bed. I wouldn't recommend lifting your legs, and another thing is you got to keep your arms down. If you lift your arms up, it'll only climb higher on your body, and it'll get really uncomfortable really fast.
Okay.
If you feel any tension, what we've had sometimes is somebody will be laying in it, and all of a sudden they go, ow, 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 one of these little muscles really hurts. It really hurts exactly there. And that's the thing. It's one piece of a muscle. It's not the whole muscle. It's one little strand of a muscle that isn't releasing. It's not relaxing. So take the pressure off. Just lay there for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And then you'll find when the pressure comes back on, lo and behold, it's gone.
Okay.
So, but everything's slow. Try and do everything really, really slow.
Alrighty. So just to recap, the cat's right in the middle, but you have a strap that's across your chest, and you have a strap underneath the cat right here that's right across your hip bones. So it's not actually above your hip bone,
Yeah.
it's across the hip bone.
Right.
Okay.
Well, this one is. It depends on your physiology. Some people might prefer it over their butt. If you got a big butt and it hangs on well,
Yeah.
then it's fine. As long as it doesn't slide off you is basically the only thing.
Okay.
And it's not going to be pulling on your legs, so that's not a concern.
Okay.
But, you're a wreck.
I have you on video dematting your cat.
We're buddies. He doesn't like me much. He just...
Is that all you have to say, Superstar?
Yeah.
Is that it? Are you good?
Yeah, I think that's it. You look funny.
Alright, are you done? All good? Yes?